Hey, what is going on, people? This is Joe the Tenchi, and I'm back for another TMNT Rant Rave review for this episode entitled Cockroach Terminator. I'm gonna just call it the Roachinator. Yeah, but anyway, it starts out with the turtles just eating, getting their grub on, and then you see a cockroach, a little cockroach, scurry on top and onto the table. Right after that happens, Raphael, yes, sarcastic, rough, tough, I'm gonna beat everybody up, Raphael, it takes out his sai, freaks out, and wants to smash it, right? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this has been brought up in other incarnations of the Turtles before. But explain to me how someone like Raph can be afraid of roaches when he lives in a sewer, and not only has he fought not only has he fought mutants, but he's fought huge mutants and aliens and all this stuff, and you're afraid of little cockroaches? Did I mention that you live in a sewer? But in New York, no less. But I digress. So it turns out Donatello has equipped the little cockroach with a webcam, and what looks like a scanner device. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting because he also trained it. So they send him out on his first real spy mission, on a mission to the one of the Krang's hideouts, and to find out what they're up to. Right. Thanks to an accident, the roach accidentally slips off the wall and falls into a giant vat of mutagen. So, the mutagen, obviously does what it does. It mutates it, and it fuses the camera and the rest of the cybernetics that were on top of that were equipped with that onto the exoskeleton of the cockroach. So he comes out not only looking diesel but dangerous. Obviously, he was inspired by the Terminator films, because if you look at the way the roach looks, the camera is an eye scope. He's got drills and other things already equipped to his body. So that's a very a saw, not a drill, a saw, and it's. Wow, it's just funny. And he's on a search, kind of a search and destroy mission. Comes out and immediately starts going at it with the Krang, swatting them like flies, like they were nothing. And the Krang's plan is to drill a hole in the Earth's crust and bring up the lava. So there you have it. There's the mission / subplot. Stop the Krang from drilling, from getting what they need, the supplies to build the drill and drill that hole in the Earth's crust. On top of stopping this roach who is stalking one of the turtles, and basically just kicking butt, taking names, and doesn't care who he hurts. It's a very at times it can get a little creepy because of the imagery. The roach is no joke. I mean, say what you want about the animation, but the roach look very, very creepy, and especially when it starts molting, and whatever they were trying to do, whatever their intent was with this character, which in my eyes is the obvious face your fear thing. That it's a giant metaphor for facing your fears. Not even if you're still the fact is, yes, you still may be afraid, Raphael, but you were able to face it head on, and no matter what the cost, you did it. And that's what Raphael had to do. And I commend the writers for that. It was a very in your face type message, actually, but what, still got through, and anybody in the world can understand what they were going for. And if that's not what they were going for, sorry for me going too deep. Anyway, so you have the plot, which is finding out what the Krang is up to, and then this and also a subplot, which is getting away from this giant 6-foot mutant cockroach that can kill you. And it's oh wow, this was a really I'd say this was a very good episode. I like the designs of the cockroach. I love the way they put the story together. But one thing that kind of I still don't get, and maybe someone can help me. They used the shell razor in this episode. Wasn't the original fuel source the power cell that the Krang were originally using? That power cell is no more, right? So I'm guessing that they figured out a way to convert the shell razor so it runs on some sort of fossil fuel, or maybe it like regular gasoline, or maybe or maybe it runs on I don't know, recyclable materials. I mean, hey, Donatello, he's a freaking genius. He can make that thing run on freaking corn oil if he wanted to. So, but. Let me know what you think. What does the shell razor run on? I'm gonna just take a wild guess and just say gas or biodiesel. And what do you think about Raphael facing his fears? Yes, he's still afraid of the cockroach, but during a very nice fight scene, he had to face his fears because one of his brothers was in trouble. What else can you do but just put that whole thing aside and just do it? You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the risk, you just do it, and that's what he did. So what do you think of Raphael? What do you think of Raphael facing his fears? What do you think about that funny phobia in general? And do you think it'll be brought up again? Also, how do you face your fears? Everyone has something they're afraid of. What do you do when that happens to you? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, I am Elder Tenchi. I will see you next week. Oh, and before I forget, I had promised last week that I would be doing a comic review for the Ninja Turtle comics, Secret History of the Foot Clan, issues 1 and 2. That will be out on Sunday, so if you're interested, check that out. Check out the TMNT playlist, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next review. Peace, love, and never be normal.